FBI officers were perplexed to see that in a prison where even if a prisoner is left free, he still can't escape. So how did 3 prisoners manage to slip away right under the authorities' noses? How on earth did they pull it off? The most baffling part was that for the next 10 hours, the jail authorities didn't have even the slightest clue about their escape. Not just the FBI, but 3 top-level US agencies were also working tirelessly to crack this case. They were putting in their all to solve what we're talking about. A prison break that has not only remained unsolved for the past 60 years, but has also become a worldwide mystery. Alcatraz Island, located in the Pacific Ocean. This small island is only 22 acres in size, but it used to house some of the world's most dangerous criminals. This island, famous as Alcatraz, is actually built on a massive rock in the middle of the sea. That's why it's also called The Rock. First off, the island is surrounded by ocean as far as the eye can see. Secondly, for extra protection, a 15-foot high fence has been erected around it. With 24/7 monitoring by prison guards, and due to its location at the mouth of the Pacific Ocean, strong winds and high waves constantly surround this island. Considering these conditions, it was designated as a federal prison in 1934, where extreme security measures were implemented. In short, once someone arrived here, escaping on their own was virtually impossible. This prison had earned the reputation of being inescapable. However, on July 12, 1962, Alcatraz's illusion of impenetrability was shattered when 3 prisoners managed to cleverly deceive the security and escape. The main characters in this story are these 4 individuals: John, William Anglin, and Clarence Anglin, who are brothers. They were incarcerated here for a bank robbery case. Then there's Frank Morris, who had been in and out of jail since the age of 13. He was also held in Alcatraz for bank robbery. Lastly, there's Alan West, who had previously attempted to escape from other prisons multiple times. For this reason, he was placed in Alcatraz under maximum security. Alan West has been in this prison for a long time, which is why he knows more about the prison compound than others. The idea of escaping Alcatraz was first conceived by Alan West in 1960. Alan had told colleagues to find a loophole in Block B of the prison, from where their escape was probably possible to some extent. Now the issue is, it is said that these 4 used to meet in lunch breaks, etc. But their sales block. These 4 were not in B, they were trying to get them in Block B. It was fortunate that the jailer shifted them to Block B. And that too in equal to each other, their first target. It was completed. The 4 prisoners had shifted together to Block B. For the next 2 years, they kept cooking khichdi inside their own cells. No one had to hear the news, according to the routine on July 12, 1962, in the morning. At 7 p.m., the jail staff came out to pick up all the prisoners, counting in the assembly. 3 of them were missing when the staff resold all the sales. When checked, including Angle brother in B, Frank Morris was found sleeping on his own bed. Seeing this, he found it not normal at all and went inside the cell. He tried to lift him inside the cell, and what he saw during this process was that only dummy heads were found on the bed of all 3 cells. Yes, all 3 of them had run away. They had soap, plaster, and a concrete mixture to make this dummy head. One of the hands fell and broke due to being touched, which can be seen in this photo. Looking at this, the entire jail staff was shocked. They understood that the prisoners couldn't go out of the island and so began investigating the whole island. But they couldn't find their names or signs anywhere. Everyone was wondering how 3 prisoners escaped in such high security. Remember that Alan West, who had actually planned the whole thing, wasn't among those who escaped. These investigation teams were called and the FBI was also reported. They saw that the 3 had escaped by breaking the small vent in their cell wall. Surprisingly, not 3 but 4 cell vents were damaged on the other side of the wall. Yes, this 4th vent belonged to Alan West's cell. For some reason, he had failed to escape through his vent. Alan West now knew that there was no chance of his survival. Well-meaning investigators should tell the whole plan. This is what Alan said. It was that the whole plan was actually his. He had made these dummy heads and he stole the hair during the haircut inside the jail. There was a small vent on the back wall of all 4 cells, whose size was 5/9 inch. Alan knew the loophole of these cells because he had also worked in the maintenance of the prison. He knew that its walls were only 6 inches thick and the vent holes it can be easily enlarged by finding the opportunity for the 4 prisoners for 6 months. They used to make holes around this vent with the help of spoons stolen from the kitchen. They used to do this work while in the end they used the motor of the vacuum cleaner of the prison. He had also made a drill machine to keep this excavation secret. In front of this, they used to keep their musical instrument or any item. All this work, especially during the musical hour when the jail block had a lot of there is noise, the vent came out in a corridor where there was no security. From here, a drain pipe goes directly to the roof of the block where it often he used to work for maintenance to keep the prisoners busy in Alcatraz. Maintenance work was done. These 4 prisoners also went to the roof for maintenance, and on this pretext, he used to do every little bit for his escape plan. He also used to take stock of the small thing. From the roof, he used to take another pipe, get down using it, and then top the 15-foot big fence of the island. Escaped, they had completed all their preparations, adding rubber raincoats. I had already built an inflatable raft for myself. These raincoats they were given by the jail administration, which they used to collect on pretext. Apart from leaving, he made a life jacket for himself from the raincoat. Like this, he also made something that would give him a chance when the rafts did not work. Prevent drowning in water, but this was the real question for the FBI so far. Where are the escaped prisoners now? His 4th partner, Alan West, said that according to the plan, they were the first to be given. Alcatraz was to pass through Angel Island North and land in the mainland where security was to land. They had to steal a car and some clothes from there. All the mainlands around Alcatraz were searched, but theft was not found anywhere, or there was no report of robbery. Prisoners who escaped by dodging impossible security, the sea swallowed, or the Alan West story to taste the FBI. There is no trace of those 3 anywhere. The footprints on the roof of Block B where all these things were made, that secret workshop, and on the pipe on which he had come down. Looking at the footprints, it was verified that Alan West's story is false. No longer the FBI as well as the Coast Guard's Bureau of Prisons and the US Marshals Service. They also included them in this case and started searching for prisoners in the sea, but they could not find prisoners anywhere, nor any rafts or life jacket. It was going to be a mystery case from a police case. Over the next 4 days, the Coast Guards found a pedal made of floating wood that is supposedly part of that raft, followed by the raincoat. 2 bags containing personal belongings of the prisoners, such as family photos, were also found, and letters were present, etc., from which it was inferred that the 3 prisoners were alive in the mainland. But they did not arrive because these items are such that no prisoner can easily any dead body left to float on the surface of water after 2 days. But for the next several months, the investigation team did not find any body. A body part is a theory. It is also that all 3. It's also possible that the 3 prisoners reached the mainland by swimming, if not by raft, because after the 1962 escape, the FBI kept a close watch on the Anglin brothers' family. Their nephew, David Widner, told the FBI that John and Clarence's older brother had told his sisters on his deathbed that their brothers were alive and well and that he was in contact with them. Several family members also told the FBI that at family gatherings, 2 women with strange makeup had been seen, who were possibly John and Clarence in disguise. However, these 2 women were never seen again after that. Additionally, 15 years after the escape, a cousin of the Anglin brothers reportedly saw both brothers at a club in Brazil and even managed to take a photo of them. Their family believes it's indeed the Anglin brothers, but the US Marshals Service investigators think that the age of the men in the photo doesn't match that of the Anglin brothers. This was the last time any news of the Anglin brothers being alive was reported. Since then, there has been no "it couldn't be determined," but the very next year Alcatraz was shut down. In 1979, the FBI also officially gave up on this case, admitting defeat. Now, only the US Marshal Service still keeps this case open, and it will remain open until the prisoners are caught, their dead bodies are found, or they reach the age of 99. Alcatraz Island has been transformed into a national park today, where tourists can see the very same bars in Block B where 60 years ago the Anglin brothers Frank Morris and their accomplice Alan West were once imprisoned. We hope you'll also give this ZemTV video plenty of likes and shares. Thank you so much for all your loving comments. See you in the next exciting video.